Today we're at the Oklahoma City National Memorial, a site of great solemnness and beauty. Also, it's a very unique site because of the wonderful design that's present, a unique mix of hardscape elements, turf and trees and ornamentals, and also the great care that's involved and special care that's involved with the site. Today we're going to focus on the turfgrass aspect. This is a very special turfgrass. The variety is Cavalier variety of Matrella Zoysiagrass species. Zoysiagrasses are native to Eastern Asia. They do have a specific fit in certain landscapes in Oklahoma. Cavalier has some unique characteristics that make it a great fit for the memorial site. Those characteristics include a tolerance to a moderate amount of foot traffic without excessive growth. Also, it has moderate shade tolerance even though it likes full sun. It has suitable cold tolerance and also suitable heat tolerance for this area. Zoysia grasses have higher water use rates than Bermuda grasses, but here on the site, because of the special care that's involved, it does not present excessive water use rate for this particular site. Zoysia grasses in general work in lightly shaded to full sun landscapes in central and north central and southern Oklahoma. The variety chosen is important because types that are very dense and very fine oftentimes aren't well suited to the consumer landscape. However, Cavalier has a broad adaptation in terms of mowing heights and also the type of mowers that are used, whether those be the reel type or rotary type mowers. As you can see with the Cavalier variety here of Zoysiagrass, it is very fine bladed and also very dense. This particular grass is a patented unique variety that was developed by Texas A&M University at the Dallas station in Texas. It is very dense, fine textured, and it has a suitable root system. Now, here at the memorial, there are a lot of hardscape elements. There's a lot of pavers, there's interface with trees and the mulch areas around the trees, as well as the memorial chairs here on the footprint. So there's a great deal of edging requirement in order to keep the beauty that we see when we visit the memorial. This site would be completely unsuitable for Bermuda grass because of its very aggressive spreading nature. That's why a Zoysia grass variety was chosen. Now, the soil is unique here at the memorial, especially in the footprint area where the Murrah building stood. It's a unique mixture of high sand content soil with nylon fibers present in the soil to help strengthen the matrix. The expectation was that folks would be able to come out and tread on the footprint, but also treat it, of course, with great respect, and it wouldn't require the amount of recovery rate, let's say, of an athletic field, yet there are many thousands of visitors to the site each year. So it's very well adapted to the specific site, and as you can see here, it's a beautiful turfgrass. Now, because of the high sand content soil, after the initial installation of the turfgrass, not only were the macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium required, but also some pretty good doses of the secondary and also the micronutrients, because high sand content soils tend not to hold the secondaries or the micros as well, and also they tend to leach the primary nutrients. So it did require a special fertilizer blend and practice after the initial install. For most consumer landscapes in Oklahoma that are on your heavy textured soils, your silts and clays, most of the secondaries and micronutrients are in good shape, and there we typically focus mainly on the primary nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now, Cavalier variety of Matrella Zoysiagrass can be mowed as low as 1/8 of an inch, or not 1/8 of an inch, but rather just slightly above that, 1/4 of an inch, but also on up to about 1.25 to 1 inch in height. Cavalier would not be a good choice if you were planning on mowing at 3 inches because it would become puffy and thatchy. So if you're choosing this particular variety of Zoysia grass, think more towards the low end of the cutting height. If you're really interested in the 2 to 3 inch cutting height, you're probably going to be better suited with something like an El Toro Zoysia grass or perhaps a Meyer Zoysia grass. Even though Cavalier variety of Matrella species Zoysiagrass is an outstanding fit to the site here at the Oklahoma City National Memorial, there are special considerations that have to be thought about. No turf grass is absolutely perfectly adapted to a site, and also as the landscape matures, there's some special detail work that has to be done. One of the things that is done here at the memorial site is sometimes the roots are taken out. Specific roots are targeted and removed to preserve some of the areas of turf grass, but that's done in a very special management way, and it's not done in a hodgepodge manner that would injure the tree. What you see here is some areas are vacated of turf grass. This dark area is actually a terrestrial algae that comes onto the soil when there's nutrients and moisture present, and when there's too much shade or actually root competition with the zoysiagrass. So you will occasionally see some bare spots right around the base of the tree. We draw your attention to the fact that the turf grass is not up against the trunk of the tree. It's very important, not only here at the memorial, but also in home landscapes, to keep the turf back from the trunk so we're not tempted to come too close with the mower or the edger or the weed whacker, so that we don't damage the trunk of the tree. And they're very respectful of the trees here and really have a fantastic balance struck. So even though Cavalier is very well adapted to the conditions here, you can see the perfect turf grass has yet to be invented, but still this is a great example of an integrated landscape that has a great integration of hardscape elements, turf grass, trees, and ornamentals. So these factors are not only important in consideration for the memorial landscape here, but also as you're designing and maintaining your consumer landscape at home. The grounds maintenance staff here at the Oklahoma City National Memorial do a fantastic job in managing the unique mix of the hardscape, the turf grass present, and as well as the trees. So as you think about your consumer landscape, remember what we've talked about here at the memorial. It's a unique mix of not only the climate that the turf grass will be exposed to, but also whether it's full sun or partial shade, also the interface with the hardscape that's present, and what type of maintenance you'll be expecting considering edging requirements.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.